newspapers, or because they feared retaliation from the agency and alumni who seek to tamp down bad news and burnish the agency's brand. Many shared their experiences in a background capacity, allowing me to use their information as long as I protected their identities and did not attribute details to them by name. I am an objective journalist dedicated to sharing the truth with the public, and here I have aimed to provide an account that is as close to the full truth as I could determine based on rigorous reporting. Scenes you read in this book are reconstructed from first-hand accounts and, whenever possible, corroborated by multiple sources. They are also vetted by my review of internal government reports and memos. While there is a tendency to discount the words of anonymous sources, many of the people who spoke to me in confidence also submitted to rigorous fact-checking and shared with me contemporaneous notes, calendars, and correspondence to buttress their accounts. Dialogue cannot always be exact, but it is based here on multiple people's memories of events. In a few instances, different sources disagreed about substantive elements, and when necessary, I note that, acknowledging that different narrators can remember events differently. This book is an outgrowth of my reporting for the Washington Post. Some of the episodes you read in Zero Fail began with stories I wrote for the newspaper, often with the help of my wise colleagues. The majority of the scenes, dialogue, and quotations are original to my book, however, and based on the extensive reporting I conducted exclusively for this project. This historical account benefited significantly from contemporaneous news reports in the Washington Post and other publications. I also relied on a handful of compelling books covering specific periods, including some written by former agents who recognized that their experiences are indeed the stuff of history. I credit key information gleaned from those accounts either with a direct reference in the narrative or in the endnotes. Prologue. On the evening of March 30th, 1981, an 8-year-old boy in Norfolk, Virginia, sat glued to his family's living room TV. Earlier that day, John Hinckley Jr. had attempted to assassinate Ronald Reagan outside the Washington Hilton. But as CBS News played the scene in a slow-motion loop, the boy's focus wasn't on the president. It was on the man who entered the frame. Over and over again, the boy watched in amazement as this square-jawed man in a light gray suit turned toward the gunfire and fell to the ground, clutching his stomach. By taking a bullet for the president, the newsman said, Tim McCarthy probably saved his life. At that moment, young Brad Gable, not his real name, knew exactly what he wanted to do when he grew up. He would be a Secret Service agent. Now, 30 years later, Gable had indeed fulfilled that mission. He was a member of the Secret Service's Counter-Assault Team, or CAT. In the constellation of presidential protection, CAT arguably has the most dangerous assignment. When most people think of the Secret Service, they picture the suited agents who cover and evacuate the president in moments of danger. The heavily armed CAT force has a different mission: run toward whatever gunfire or explosion threatens the president and neutralize it. The team's credo reflects the only two fates they believe await any attacker who crosses them: dead or arrested. Gable was proud of the career he had chosen. Among his colleagues, he was respected for the pure patriotism driving him and for his intense focus on operational details. So why, in the late summer of 2012,